Teleconference. Mark Simpson, conference office. Review week 3. Talk about week 4. 5 on the schedule. Also, back. Our first conference game of the year, the earliest. Got to be done first month of September. Go ahead and get started with our usual announcement, and then begin with our coach. Our players of the week from this past weekend. Offensive player of the week, Presbyterian College running back Carroll. Defensive player of the week, Monmouth State Mike. Special teams player of the week, punter Trey Turner. Come Ready Nutrition freshman of the week, quarterback Carroll. I mentioned the conference play begins Saturday across the Southern at Monmouth. It's also our first broadcast. Monmouth, as well as Presbyterian, are playing their home openers on Saturday. Big South will face nationally ranked opponent for the second week. Number 3 Jacksonville comes to Williams Stadium and face Liberty. TC quarterback Will Brock shined in his first start. We'll talk more about it later. Gardner-Webb's Mike S. tied the Big South record for receptions by a tight end. He is now atop the list. Former teammate Seth Cransville with 90 career catches. Mike Steele's moving up the Big South Black Kick list. He has 3 already. He's also moving up in the career tackles list, solo stop. Gardner-Webb Tyrell Maxwell has 5th place rushing yards among quarterbacks. That's a quick preview for this past weekend and some other items coach pass along around the Big South as with our first coach this morning, the head coach of the Running Bulldogs, Gardner-Webb, Carroll McCray. Hello, Coach.
Hey, Mark. Good morning. How you doing?
Doing fine, thanks. Hope well. Bulldogs with a tough one this past Saturday, falling to the Citadel by 7. You can open up, talk about that game. We'll start taking questions.
Well, we were certainly excited to finally play at home. And I know you said Harold's getting that opportunity. Certainly we all like to play at our home stadium. And, we had a lot going on, a big crowd, and I thought our kids really came out, ready to play. We had a tight ball game at half. And, both teams made a few adjustments. The score went back and forth third quarter, each team scoring. And then, probably the biggest play of the game that went opposite for us, we punted to them with just a few seconds to go in the third quarter, and with no time on the clock, they ran the punt back and gave them the momentum to take the lead. I was proud of our guys. We played field position back and forth in that ball game, and we had a 91-yard drive to go score and take the lead back in the fourth quarter. And as Citadel has done before with the fine football team, they took a drive down on us and scored with about 3 minutes to go. Took the lead back, and when we got the ball back, we couldn't do what we needed to do to move the ball down the field and give ourselves a chance for another score. So credit goes to them. They did a real good job, and we had a few mistakes at all the good plays we made. Probably 5 or 6 plays, as usually happens in the ball game, turned to be negative for us, positive for them, and they're very, very steady about their work, as we know from the Citadel and the way they run their option game and those things. So, make some corrections, lick our wounds, real physical ball game, as you would imagine, and now we head up to Ohio and go play in the MAC. So we're working hard to get ready to leave on end of the week and head up to challenge a really good team in Ohio. They played very, very well at the University of Tennessee this past week. Tennessee prevailed later in the ball game. They had just come off a win at the University of Kansas, where they certainly played their best game, and they only had one home game where they played Texas State University and lost in 3 overtimes. So Coach Solich has a fine football team. What you would imagine out of the MAC. I know a lot of our schools have already played some teams up there, long and rangy, lean-looking football team with athletic quarterback and some speed on the edges. So we've got to get a few guys healthy and well, take as many up there as we can that are ready to go, and put them in spots and see if they'll make some plays against, a good team up there. So looking forward to our guys playing, and be our third road trip this month. So get back on the bus and, get our team ready to go. But we're excited about representing Big South Conference against a MAC program, and we hope our kids will fight their guts out and see what we can do with them up there before we come home in October to play 4 straight at home. So I'm still excited about our football team. Some of the young guys are getting good experience. I felt like after the ball game, we had a few kids last week got some experience that maybe they didn't want. We pushed them in the fire, and they had to play a little more than anticipated. So we got to keep getting our young guys ready, moving them up as we hit some injuries, and preparing them to play a little bit better each week.
All right, Coach, at this time we'll start taking questions for Carroll head coach Carroll McCray. Ask a question, press star 1 on your phone at any time, or click the Q&A link at the top of the browser. Coach, while we wait for question 2, going back to Ohio, what are some of the personnel individuals from the Bobcats that stand out that will pose a challenge?
Well, their quarterback, Wyndham, is a redshirt senior. He's very athletic. A big guy that's a dual threat guy. He's their leading rusher, and yet throwing for over 250 a game. So he's a real weapon for them. They're a little bit beat up at running back. Coming off the away game at Kansas and at University of Tennessee. So we don't know exactly who's going to be well to play there. They're certainly very capable. They got 4 listed right now until they figure out who's going to be well. And then they got, their receivers. They got to spread around to 3 different guys that have 11, 12, and 13 catches along with a big tight end. You would imagine, the tight end core with 12 personnel. They got 2 big kids, about 260, 6'6" on the edge. So, it's Coach Solis wants to run the football and then throw it when he needs to. And I think they're very, very balanced offensively, and defensively, it's a junior, senior football team, and they got a really good linebacker and safety core with some big kids up front. So we're going to have to make sure we get angles and numbers and see if our kids will get their pads down and really get after this bunch to give us opportunity to have some positive plays early and see if we can't keep it close late in the game, see what might happen.
And your squad, running game is very consistent game. One thing that playing fairly well out of the gate. Talk about how that has been different types of runners. Obviously, Lewis in charge, but some other folks emerging and just the overall play.
Well, we got a little help out of some more people last week. Jonathan Blackman came in and had 2 big runs, and first drive of the game, broke a 30-yard run and scored first touchdown of the game in the first quarter. So it was good to see him come in and give us a little punch. He's a ex-high school wide receiver that's learning how to play running back. Khalil came in and had another good ball game, and it's probably what we need to see. We had 2 running backs that were our lead rushers in the ball game. Then Tyrell was our 3rd lead rusher, and for us to be effective, I think that's the direction we need to go if we're going to continue to grow our offense and be able to win football games late in the game. We need 2 or 3 guys ready to go to help us run the football, and then we need to pitch and catch a little bit better as we move through the season.
You alluded to a couple of injuries. Where some of the guys that are banged up that might be playing takes right now?
Well, it seems like it always comes in one spot. Our secondary's got hit with quite a few injuries. Thomas Adams, who started as safety, is questionable for the ball game. Trey Lucas, who came in and played safety, was on crutches on Sunday, coming off a real thigh injury and an ankle. And then 2 or 3 of the other kids in the back, are hampered and going to be about 60% at practice today, trying to get out and get some reps. So really the biggest concern we have at the quick moment is our secondary kids, trying to get them well enough, get them enough reps so that they can play in the ball game on Saturday. I do think we might get Kyle Horton back at receiver. He did not dress for the game last week. and it looks like there's a chance we'll get him back, so that'll be a real plus. But on the defensive side of the ball, secondary, we've got to get some guys, young guys, ready to go and get them ready to play.
All right, Coach. Well, I'm not seeing any more questions for you. We'll go and let you go. Thanks for joining us. Good luck Saturday in Athens.
Thanks, Mark. Appreciate that, and good luck to all the Big South teams this week. Y'all have a good day. All right, bye-bye.